Good morning campers, and welcome back to the daily meeting. You're catching me from the back end of the Meat Wagon. I haven't been camping, I've just come out here to make a coffee because our kitchen is still non-existent. We had the floor levelling done yesterday. They're coming back to give it a little bit of a spruce up this morning. So our kitchen is still not, it's just easier. So yeah, I'll come in the back of the van to make myself a caffeinated beverage, get some caffeine coursing through my veins. And then today is D-Day for the Meat Wagon. It's MOT Day. It is Tuesday, the 12th of May, 2026. So the weather is supposed to be a little bit more tolerable today, up to 15 degrees. Yesterday was freezing cold. Is that done? A live coffee action with a mocha pot, some strong gas Italian cafe. But yeah, the sun's out. We've got a bluish sky out there. Bluish sky. Oh, look at that, campers. The brew is ready. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's supposed to be a bit warmer today. So I'm going to have my coffee, get myself ready, and then we're going to go and drop the van off. Drop the Meat Wagon for its MOT. Look at that, campers. Fresh brew in the morning. And then today we've got access to Mrs. Meat's Suzuki Vitara. So we're going to be the best 4x4 channel on YouTube today. We're going to do a bit of 4x4 in. I probably need to give it a clean because it's quite dirty. Since I'm using it and using Miss Meat's petroleum, her liquid gold, we may as well give it a little clean. But first of all, look at the piping that's coming off that cup there. Oh, yeah. First of all, we're gonna have a coffee, and then we'll get ready and drop the Meat Wagon off. Not looking forward to it. I'd rather go to the dentist than have an MOT. Rather go to the dentist. That's how much I don't like MOTs. But anyway, good health, campers. Whoa, that's hot. That's hot. Oh. Oh, campers, just giving the van a quick blast around the block, get rid of a bit of that morning smoke. Now, the thing with T4s, I've had it with a few in the past, is they smoke a bit in the morning. Just part of the natural cycle of a meat wagon. So what I do before an MOT is give it a good blast around the block, get the exhaust nice and hot, get the engine warmed up, get all the crap out of the system. Got to keep them emissions low. We need to make sure it's within the threshold. Taking it for a blast, it's, what time is it? 10 to 9. 10 to 9, hang your knickers on the line. Yeah, just a couple of miles around the block and we'll drop it off. And then, yeah. It's in the Lord's hands after that. The weather could have been like this yesterday. That would have been ideal. Just a little bit of a breeze, sunny-ish, and fairly warm. So I did empty the van out just before I left. I took out the cooker because I really need another coffee. I took out my gas cooker, my mocha pot, my coffee, so when I get back we'll have another caffeinated beverage. I took out the power station, the toilet, because I don't share it. Just in case they need a pee and a snooze, I don't share toilets. Nope. But going around the van yesterday, like I said, the brakes have all been renewed. Suspension's pretty much all been renewed. Springs, the lot. Ball joints, lights are all working. I didn't check them this morning. I've had that before where I've checked the lights and then gone for the MOT and it's failed on lights. Headlight adjustment should be okay because I haven't messed around with the lights since the last MOT. And that's the trouble with the Meat Wagon. I do a lot of miles and the van gets some abuse when we go on our adventures. If there's any hidden rust underneath, here's what it is. I know a cheap welder. My only concern is brake lines because I know they are starting to look little crusty. The last couple of years I've noticed the council have upped the salt game. The salt on the roads is quite corrosive the last couple of years. So we'll just put it through, see what happens. The engine's up to full temperature now. Yeah, let's give it a little blast. Hoping that Thatcher had much luck there. So the van should be nicely warmed up. All the excess diesel from the starting procedure should be out the system now. There's a number plate on the back of that lorry there, wet peas. Interesting. Right, we are here, Dick Hillard Motor Services. Good old Dickie. Well, go easy on her. Go easy on the old girl. Oh, don't like MOTs. Well, campers, we are having a stroll up the garden. Got Bruno with me. Maggie's asleep in the living room. The workmen are here doing their thing. Doing a top coat, apparently. They're putting another layer of damp-proof liquid on. And then putting a nice smooth top coat on. Man, it's windy, it's cold. I'm just hiding in the bush. Just trying to get out of the wind. Bruno don't really want to go for a walk today. He's not impressed. Best daily dogging channel on YouTube. And he don't like all the upheaval in the homestead. Look at that sad face. We're going for a walk, boy. We going? We going? We're just going to stand there. Oh, look at that, campers. You're just going to stand there? Of a Mexican standoff. Well, we're just chilling up there, the campsite. Bit of a westerly wind today. Not as cold as yesterday, but it still ain't very warm. Got a hoodie on, got my coat on. We're just chilling out. I'm in my chair. Got no van. I'm van lost today. May pop out in the Vitara in a bit. I was going to give it a clean today, but it's a bit chilly. So just picking the van up from the MOT, and just spotted that on the floor. Thatcher's vintage cider, 8.3%. Nice. Well, somebody's been littering, but makes you wonder, has it come from the road or somebody walking down the street? Who knows? Anyway, my van's ready. Let's go and see what the damage is. Well, pleased to say we've got a fresh MOT. It passed. He did say about the brake warning light, but he said because the pads are okay and it's only a yellow warning light, it's not a fail. Didn't mention the horn. The horn must have been tooting, so we're good. For the second year in a row, the Meat Wagon has gone for its MOT with no advisories either. None. So we're happy with that. And last year, the Meat Wagon covered 16,000 miles. It's currently on 185.35. So she lives for another year. Got the Meat Wagon back, campers. Ooh, that was good. That was nerve-wracking. But she passed. Yeah, so we are good until 17th of May 2027. Emissions are all good. Yeah, pass the emissions, no problem at all. Straight through. Sweet. And the flooring is done. They're finished. So, yeah, it's got to let that dry for a few hours, then we can start walking in the kitchen again. So I think it's time for a spot of lunch. And now I've seen that Thatcher's vintage cider, I actually want to see if I can go and buy a bottle as a little celebration for the Meat Wagon living for another year. Nice. Oh, campers, just pop into a supermarket in my freshly MOT'd Meat Wagon. Feels good. Feels nice. Yeah, I need to get some. Let's get some bits for dinner. Nothing glamorous, just daily life. So now we got the van sorted out, the flooring's done. We can start thinking about doing some road trips again. Oh yeah. So last week we had a week off from camping. First one in about, I think it was 7 months. First week where I'd done no camps at all. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe this week we'll just do a cheeky little camp somewhere, just a one-nighter. And then somebody mentioned in the comment section this morning that next week there's supposed to be a heat wave. So I'll track the weather. I'll keep an eye on the weather, and then maybe we'll do like a seaside one. We'll do some more camping by the seaside. That'd be that could be a plan. Let's check out the A17 today. Got a Jaguar coming in hot there. Look at that. He really did zoom up there, wasted a bit of that liquid gold just to sit behind a load of traffic there with a Luton body van. Sterling manoeuvre, Mr. Jaguar man. Sterling manoeuvre. Yeah, traffic's quite easy going in a freshly MOT Meat Wagon. Nice run, nice smooth run. Now horn does work. You gotta, if you push the button hard, it works. So you just gotta be quite hands-on with your horniness. Gotta be quite hands-on, and it's fine. It's for an MOT. It's good. I like it. I was also thinking, supermarket, I'm gonna go to Tesco, see if I can get some of that Thatcher's vintage cider. Really want to try it. Now I see the bottle dumped in the middle of the street. I want to try some of that stuff. It's good. See how it compares to the Henry Westerns. So a bottle of Thatcher's vintage cider acquired, 8.3%. Age for mature character, below myself. £2.70 though, quite expensive. 500ml. That's room temperature, so we need to get back to the homestead, get that in the freezer for a while, and then transfer it to the fridge so it's nice and ice cold later on. And I also got myself a cheeky steak for dinner. Steak and a cider night. Right, let's get back to the homestead. Well, campers, sometime later, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. It's with Bruno, chilling out on the sofa. And had my steak dinner. And to celebrate the Meat Wagon past its MOT, I'm going to have a cheeky cider. Left it in the freezer for quite a while. Forgot about it, I ain't going to lie. It didn't freeze up, so it's all good. But yeah, that is proper frosty cold. So, Thatcher's vintage 8.3% volume Founder's Cider. So yeah, 8.3%, 500ml. There is a load of writing on the back, but it's way too small to read that in dwindling natural daylight. But yeah, I'm gonna. You're right there, Maggie. Having a little burp. I'm gonna crack the lid open, have a tester, have a little tester. Oh, even Bruno's had a little sniff of that. Look at that, Bruno. Ooh. Bruno's had a little sniff. Get out of my cider. This is for the man of meat. Oh, it smells quite yeasty. So, oh, that's lovely and cold. Wow, that's it's got a bit of a kick. That's actually not a bad drop, you know. So if it's dry, don't taste dry. Bring those barge me out of the way. It's got like a very mild dryness to it. It's quite sweet. Quite fizzy. Definitely got a bit of a gassy thing going on there. I think all in all, that's actually quite a nice drop. I've got the window open, by the way, and we live by a busy road, so excuse the rush hour traffic. It's been a hard day, so you know we're chilling out. I must admit, out of all the high strength ciders I've had recently, the vintage style ciders, the Thatcher's vintage cider. Thatcher's vintage cider. It's probably one of the best ones. That's actually quite a nice drop. And the fact that it's ice cold is makes it way more refreshing. Very Moorish as well, and it doesn't have that. And it definitely doesn't have that white lightning aftertaste that I found with some of the other ones. That is, you wouldn't think it's 8.3%, but it's got a little bit of a kick there. You can feel the alcohol kicking in, but that's a nice little drop. But after the Meat Wagon passing its MOT, no advisories for the second year running, straight through. Quite impressive. That's good. So anyway, I'm going to finish drinking my cider. I need to get this video edited and uploaded so you can watch it for your Tuesday night viewing pleasure. So I think from the Manifesto Homestead, Bruno's just chewing his blanket, which has got several holes in it. We shall bid you all farewell. And tomorrow we'll start planning a camping adventure for this week. And then that'll do it for this portion of Daily Meat. So thanks for watching. Here's to another 12 months on the road for the old Meat Wagon. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Stay meaty.